Alex, I have really big news.
Yeah, what's up?
You know that internship that I mentioned? I think I got the job.
Wait, what?
You remember that internship that I mentioned a little while ago? I was talking to them and I think I got the job.
I mean, you mentioned it. You didn't mention you were gonna take it. You didn't mention you were actually. I thought it was like, oh, wouldn't this be a cool internship? I didn't think it was like a, hey, I'm gonna apply for this and.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool and then I kind of applied and then, today they called me and they set up a phone interview and it went really well. They were really excited and they offered me the position.
So you did the interview over the phone, and you didn't tell me about it. I don't. Why?
I mean,
How
it
long?
went.
How long would the interview be, or the internship? Is this something that you can do from Massachusetts?
Well, no. The thing is, they would require me to stay on their team here for about 2 years.
So 2 years more in Fairfax.
Yeah.
What happened to the 4-year plan? What happened to, we moved to Virginia, we go to school at George Mason, and then after we graduate, we head back. Where did that go?
I mean, that was the plan, and that's also what I was planning for. But then, I got this interview, and it went really well, and it'll be really, really good for my career in the future, and I think it'll set us up for a really good, career path. And
An interview that I had no idea was going to happen.
yeah, it all went really fast. I wasn't planning on it.
Fast enough where you couldn't text me about it. This is something that's drastically changing our lives, and you couldn't text me, hey, I got a really good internship opportunity. I'm going to check it out. That's all you had to say, but you didn't say it. So I'm actually going to head out. I need to think about some stuff. Feel free to make a bunch more life-changing decisions without me. That's great.
Hey, Jared, do you think you could talk with me for a minute? Things are kind of not going well right now.
Hey man.
Hey.
So I got your text. I thought I'd come over and talk to you. I just want to listen, let you get it out. So explain to me what's going on.
Where to start? I was talking to Alex about that internship that I mentioned, a little while ago, and we both kind of got into a little bit of an argument on what to do. I was really excited, and I got the call and they set up the phone interview, and they really wanted me to come on board, and I just didn't really have the chance to tell him in that moment. But I went to tell him about it after it happened, and he was just really upset. Because we planned on moving after 4 years, and this internship would require me to stay here for another 2 years. And I don't really know what to do.
Yeah, so he's upset that essentially you were making a decision without him, you think? Is that what it was?
I think so. I don't really know what went wrong. I mean, I thought he would be a little bit excited for me to get this opportunity because it'll be really good for my career and my future.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the first step we should take is figure out what you want. So I would ask, what is a real request that you could ask of Alex right now?
I mean, I would want him to stay here with me and, live out this 2 years with me here. And then after that, we could go back to Massachusetts or, if he likes it here, then we can stay here. But that's really what I want to get out of this situation.
All right, so we'll make sure we communicate that to him. But in the meantime, I think you should take a little time, think about the situation, make sure this is what you want, and it's what you want for you guys in your relationship. But while you're thinking, I think you should remember that his perspective may be a little different than yours, and that's why he's reacting how he is. I, for one, know, because we had talked about it, that he was dead set on moving back to Massachusetts, and he wanted to be around his family, and he expected that you'd be there with him as well. So that can be kind of why he's either frustrated or upset, and just make sure to remember that in the next few days.
You're right. Thanks for talking with me.
Hey, Jared.
What's up, Alex? I called you here because I wanted to have lunch and talk. I wanted to let you know that I spoke with Amanda about some of the issues that you guys have been having. So she explained her side of what's going on and what she wants. And I just wanted to ask you, and I wanted to be able to sit here and listen. You can explain what's going on and how you're feeling. So.
Well, it's like on one part I want to be happy for her because she got the internship, but the fact I wasn't even talked to, like this is a huge decision that's gonna really affect what happens in a couple months, whether we stay, whether we go, whether we look for apartments, and she didn't ask me about it. She said she mentioned the internship, but she mentions a lot of internships and a lot of stuff, and it's like usually, hey, could you imagine if I got this job, wouldn't that be great? And I'm like, yeah, that would be great, but we had a plan that we were supposed to stick to, and she didn't, I mean, at least from my perspective, it doesn't feel like she thought about that. It doesn't seem like she took any of that into consideration, and she just decided to take this interview and then do the job interview and call on the phone and tell them pretty much that she's taken it without telling me, and then just expects me to be happy about the fact that she went around my back and did all this stuff without mentioning anything to me.
Okay, so you're mostly upset that it seems like she made the decision without you?
Yeah, we made the 4-year plan together to be
Yeah.
here for 4 years. I would expect if we're going to change that plan, we would do that together as well, not just that, oh, this works best for me, hope that's okay.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. So she explained her side of it, and I told her that she should make a request that she's going to ask you that can help her get what she wants out of the situation. I'm going to ask the same for you. Is there any request that you could make to Amanda that could help you get to where you want the situation to be?
I mean, just talk to me about stuff. Like, if it's small stuff, I don't care. Like, if you're picking out colors for a sofa, like, I don't care about that stuff. But if you're going to do something that's like, oh, I put a lease down on something, I want to be a part of that conversation.
Yeah.
I understand that things change. I understand that this would be a great opportunity, but I want her to talk to me about this stuff. And if she's going to change our life's course, which was the 4 years here and then going back, I want to be a part of that conversation. And I want to be able to put my 2 cents in there.
Okay, that makes sense. I understand where you're coming from. I think the best thing to do now would be to take some time, maybe a day or two, to collect your thoughts, see how you're feeling. Try to imagine how life would be with either here or there and see exactly what you want. While you're thinking about it, I think it's important you don't get angry or more angry with Amanda. I think you need to understand that her perspective is different than yours. She was excited about this opportunity. I don't think she knew she was going to get it, and it's a great opportunity for her. Maybe she just forgot to communicate with you as well as you'd like, but it's important to her, and she's excited about it. So you guys are coming from 2 different places, and I think it's important you both try to understand each other.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for meeting me here. I thought it would be best if we sat down together and talked and shared how each of you guys were feeling, and I'll give you my input. But before we talk, I think it's important that we remember to avoid blame here. From the way I see it, and hopefully you guys see it, Amanda isn't trying to make a decision without you in order to hurt you. Maybe she forgot to communicate with you as well as she could have, but it wasn't her intention to hurt you. And he's not mad at you because he's not in love with you and doesn't want to be with you. He's just frustrated with the situation because he thought he was going to be able to go home. So I think it's good that we would answer this question. If this situation was resolved right now and in your mind you had exactly what you wanted, what would it look like?
I mean, for me, I think it doesn't really matter where we end up as long as, we stay together and end up with good jobs, a good income, solid house.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I want. I want us to be able to talk, and I want to have good communication, but I don't care if we're in Massachusetts or if we're here. I just want us to be together in like a good, steady relationship.
Right.
Yeah, so see, I think it just takes some communication. We see that you guys both want essentially the same thing at the root of it. So we found some meaning that you both need and you both care about. So from what it sounds like, you both want those same things, and I think that can happen in DC. So I would propose that you can take the job, and for the next 2 years you can get comfortable here, live together, see what you want to do, and after 2 years, if you don't like how it is or you don't like the job, you guys can either move back to Massachusetts or move on to somewhere else. But I think the 2-year period is good. You guys will be together, be in a relationship. You can start your new job. You can find whatever you want to do, and after 2 years, you can reassess.
Right. And I promise from here on out, I'll always, tell you before I make any decisions, or if there's anything that I want to talk about, I'll let you know.
It sounds good to me. I'm really sorry I blew up about this. It's just, I don't know, I felt like you weren't trying to talk to me about it, but I am really, really happy that you got this. It's a really big deal.
Thanks for having me, guys. This house is amazing. Considering you bought a house, I guess that means you decided to stay in DC?
Yeah, the 2 years turned out great. It's been perfect, if I gotta be completely honest. I got a great job up here. We've met some really great people. We found this house, which was actually not that bad, and we've been able to budget money and stuff like that. So it's been really great living up here. I'm really happy this is a decision we made.
Yeah, and my internship has been going really well, and it's actually turning into a full-time job. So.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like jobs have been great, and honestly, after having that big fight and not talking for a while, we really wanted to make sure that we were working on ourselves. And so we've got like a whole system lined up, so we don't have to contact you every time we have a fight.
Yeah.
Like we have safe words now in case I feel like she's going out of bounds and I don't understand why she's doing something, or like for instance, if I am overanalyzing something and I think she's, attacking me, then, or she thinks that I'm being outlandish or something, she can use a safe word, and we know to just sort of calm down and take a step back and think, why is this person thinking like that? It really helps us see it from the other side.
Yeah, we're communicating really well with each other, so I think it turned out really well.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear everything worked out and you guys are happy.
It's been great, and I gotta say thanks for helping out, man.
My pleasure.